The Justice League has faced impossible threats before, but this time is different. A terrifying force has emerged from the shadows, and the first to fall was the guardian of nature himself. Swamp Thing was burned alive. I'm Andrew the Geek Master, and in today's video, we'll cover everything that happened in issue number 3 of Justice League Unlimited. There's a playlist with all the videos from this story that I'll link in the cards and in the comments below. To not miss stories like this one, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's get started. The chapter begins at the Justice League Watchtower. The Question, Renee Montoya, notices something strange on the monitors. She then goes with her dog, Blue, to quarters 125 and starts looking for the occupant. Blue leads her to the kitchen, where Oliver is preparing his famous chili, which doesn't seem to be a hit with the League members. On the floor, Blue finds cookie crumbs, and the Question continues following the clues until she finds Airwave's Harold Jordan hideout. He's alone and sad, watching something on his phone. Renee questions Jordan about why he's hiding in the walls when he has his own room. Since she routinely inspects who enters and leaves the watchtower, she knows he hasn't left in 12 days. She suspects his behavior and says she knows his secret, leaving the boy quite worried because, as we've seen in previous issues, Harold is an infiltrated spy aiming to destroy the Justice League. However, to his surprise, the Question says his secret is that he doesn't have a home since he's one of the lost sidekicks rescued from the timeline that Stargirl saved. Since he really doesn't have a family, Airwave thinks that's what he was hiding. He didn't want anyone to know and feared being treated like a child who doesn't belong anywhere. Renee calms him down, saying she won't kick him out and that he's not in trouble. In fact, he can stay as long as he wants. To help him deal with these negative feelings, she asks him to put on his mask because she has an idea. Meanwhile, Red Tornado detects a fire spreading throughout the Amazon rainforest. He asks Mr. Terrific to analyze the geoclimatic consequences, and in the meantime, Superman, Star Sapphire, Wonder Woman, Flash, Captain, Stargirl, and Stripe are sent to the location. Additionally, Renee sent Airwave to assist because there are thousands of miles of first responders in action, and Airwave will facilitate communication where Wi-Fi is poor. Suddenly, Superman finds the source of the flames, hundreds of pillars embedded in the ground. He thinks he needs to remove them immediately, but upon touching a pillar, Clark screams in pain. It turns out the fire is magical, and Superman is vulnerable to magic. With this, Superman uses his freezing breath to cool his hands burned by the magical fire, while Wonder Woman asks him to join Flash in helping with evacuation, while she deals with the pillars alongside other League sorcerers like Zatanna, Xanthi Joe, and Dr. Occult. Additionally, she receives support from 3 of the Metal Men who can withstand the temperatures of the forest fire. Stargirl notices a symbol on the pillars. It's the symbol of Inferno, a super-terrorist organization that attacked a mining town in South Africa in the first issue of this comic. Knowing this, Mr. Terrific asks if the ethereal fire wasn't responsible for wiping out the Martian Manhunter's race. Red Tornado responds not exactly, but reminds everyone that the Martian Manhunter has disappeared and won't be able to help them with this, at least not until the world's greatest detective finds him. As they save civilians, the heroes have many questions. Flash wants to know what the eye in Inferno's symbol means. Mr. Terrific wants to know the villain's real objective with this attack. Then Zatanna suggests they ask the villains themselves right now. She casts a spell, and as Dr. Occult explains, as long as the enemies are invoking magic against them, they remain connected to it, which means the heroes can also invoke them. And indeed, at that moment, a gigantic hooded figure appears above them and mocks what humans have learned to do. The heroes demand they declare their intentions, because this place is home to 1/3 of all known plant and animal species, as well as 30 million human lives. If they die, the collapse of the global ecology will cause floods and hurricanes on a worldwide scale, resulting in famine for billions. And as the heroes recall, the Inferno group claimed they sought control, not destruction. So again, what are their true intentions? The shadowy figure says they've planned many things for this world. Conquest is the least of their concerns. They seek to dominate this world, but not through complete genocide. Earth's heroes must live to witness the evil planned for the human race. Inferno declares themselves as agents of vengeance who will approach the heroes in many forms. This leaves the heroes even more confused because they don't understand what this group wants revenge for, and the answers will have to wait for another day because, unfortunately, the magic heroes begin to lose power and communication is cut off. That is, Dr. Occult still has many questions. Determined, he crosses the portal and gets stuck alone on the other side. Mr. Terrific is desperate over Occult's reckless action. Now they're one member short, and there's still the green forest turning to ashes. However, upon saying the word green, Mr. Terrific has a new idea. As we know, the green is an energy, an elemental force that connects all plant life on Earth and beyond. This is what Inferno is doing. They are trying to bend this force to their will. Their goal is to control the green. To do this, Airwave is sent to assist Aquaman and take the King of Atlantis to Louisiana immediately. It turns out that this is where the avatar of the green is located, a being called Swamp Thing, Levi Kame. In the past, Aquaman had adventures with his predecessor. He's not the type to carry a Justice League membership card, but if anyone can recover control of the green from Inferno, it's him. And sure enough, as soon as they arrive, Swamp Thing appears and recognizes Aquaman. Arthur explains that he was sent in a rush, and that he is the only hope the League has against a disaster on the other side of the world. Swamp Thing reveals that he's already aware of what's going on, and is doing what he can to prevent the worst from happening. However, at that moment, his body suddenly catches fire until he combusts, and the flames consume him entirely. Seeing this scene, Arthur and Harold's faces could not be more shocked. If Swamp Thing was the last hope, in the next issue, Arthur and the rest of the Justice League will have to find another solution. Inferno is not just attacking. They are altering the very balance of nature. With Swamp Thing consumed by flames, the Justice League faces a threat that could devastate the planet, and the heroes must act before it's too late. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this story. Thanks for watching, and until the next adventure.